Grab your Louisville Slugger for your first ever World Series, or lace him up and go toe-to-toe with the GOAT, Jerry Rice. To have the athletic prowess to say you could do both, this rare occurrence in sports may never happen ever again. But on October 18th, 1992, the Atlanta Falcons traveled to Candlestick Park. Back on the East Coast, the Atlanta Braves were looking to even up the World Series in Game 2 against the Toronto Blue Jays. World Series or Jerry Rice? World Series or Jerry Rice? World Series or Jerry Rice?
You can't do both, or can you?
Majored in multitasking, this rare dual sport athlete had the charisma to go along with the talent and conquered the NFL and Major League Baseball. Lights, camera, and a whole lot of action. High-stepping his way into Canton, Ohio, one of the best lockdown corners the NFL has ever seen. The spectacle that was and still is Deion Primetime Sanders.
I'm your moniker maestro, helping you explain what's in a name.
Deion could have made a trilogy of this. A childhood friend, after dropping 37 points, gave Deion the nickname Primetime. Deion played both baseball and football. Bobby Bowden, who rarely plays freshmen, Primetime had no problems finding the field. The 1989 draft class, look at that top five. Primetime hits a home run and scores a touchdown in the same week.
Sanders blazing around second. Tabler goes over to get the ball, plays it in there, waving him home. The throw to the plate gets on by, Sanders flies over, and now he is safe at home.
Primetime's first NFL game. Check on the talent. The lights on. A true love for the spectacle. Don't shy away from the camera. Deion had the charisma, the flash, and the showmanship. Limos, chains, bandanas, sunglasses. Draft day, Deion had Primetime on the back of his starter jacket. He was effective and yet entertaining.
A little bit of a brazen attitude. More on this bucket of water a little later.
Deion's NFL career took off with a much steeper trajectory than his MLB career, reaching 8 Pro Bowls and 9 first-team All-Pros and 1994's NFL Defensive Player of the Year. Hot off that Defensive Player of the Year and a Super Bowl victory as a 49er, Deion was a free agent. The Deion Sweepstakes. America's team and Jerry Jones's checkbook steal prime time from the rival 49ers.
I don't care what it takes. You get me Deion.
And the price was worth the admission. The Cowboys won a Super Bowl. The hype and lights continue to shine even brighter in Jerryland.
What's it going to be, Deion? Football or baseball?
Both, boss.
Both?
Both.
Offense or defense?
Both.
Both? Both.
What else can he do? How about take on a role as a wide receiver in Dallas? Back to 1992. Well, have you made that decision yet? Going to lock down Jerry Rice or playing your first ever World Series?
First, I have to tell you about October 11th and that bucket of water.
Deion wanted to attempt to be the first ever athlete to play in both an NFL game and an MLB game on the same day. The Braves played Game 4 of NLCS on October 10th. And after that, Deion's start to his chaotic attempt to make history begins. A helicopter or two, aircraft, a one-play benching from Jerry Glanville for missing practice, IV treatment after the football game, limos awaiting him, full entourages, a CBS crew members with him, and a last-second license to fly close to the stadium, Deion was able to make it to Game 5, only to sit the bench. He got mostly positive feedback from players and coaches and Braves and Falcons organization alike. However, he didn't get the full support to pull off this feat and got some annoyed antics, especially from this old school guy. As the series continued, cue up Game 7.
Now the 2-1. Line drive and a base hit. Just as the score of the tying run. Bream to the plate. And he is safe. Safe at the plate. The Braves go to the World Series. The unlikeliest of heroes.
In the locker room, the Atlanta Braves are celebrating and punching their ticket to the World Series. Tim McCarver is particularly critical of Deion Sanders, saying it was a breach of contract to abandon his teammates in such a pivotal series. The brazen Deion Sanders gets the best of Tim McCarver.
President Bill White last night. McCarver wants a meeting with White as soon as he can get one. And after this confrontation, Tim McCarver confronted Sanders.
McCarver's right here. Right now, here you go. I got a real man, you know that? Yes. You are a real man, Deion.
After the whole ordeal, Deion has to make a decision a week later on the 18th. There was talk of Bobby Cox even keeping Deion off the World Series roster. Deion only had 5 at-bats in the NLCS, 3 of them for strikeouts. Deion didn't try double duty. The brighter lights were waiting for prime time, and boy, oh boy, did he show up.
Deion obviously did not play for the Atlanta Falcons today, and they could have used him. They were trounced out at San Francisco by the 49ers, 56-17.
Primetime had a sensational World Series, appearing in 4 games and posting an eye-popping .533 average and swiping 5 bases, all of which led the Braves. Deion Primetime Sanders, where the spotlight never fades. After his playing career closed, Primetime's next chapter saw the spotlight continuing to be on him as he took a job as analysis for CBS and NFL Network. However, Primetime's true passion is in the game itself, and now teaching future champions the game. Coach Prime worked his way up to the coaching ladder, and now is seen as one of the personalities and faces of college football as head coach of the University of Colorado.
We ain't got next. We got now. We ain't coming no more.
Amazon's documentary, now on season 2, titled Coach Prime. One athlete that embodies the blend of flair, talent, and charisma. Deion, aka Primetime, his electrifying speed and his gridiron greatness dazzling us with plays, but zapping us with his even more larger-than-life persona. Primetime.